Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it is Saturday morning and out for my walk, day 2. Hopped on the scale this morning, lost half a pound. I know it was pretty much mostly water. Did a lot of peeing yesterday. Fine by me, but I could definitely tell that I was slimming a little bit slimmer, in certain areas. I was like, I bet I lost a little bit. Sure enough, like, okay, awesome, love it, need to lose it. So helps to jump on the scale every day, so I can, it's a good motivator, yeah. So anywho, not much in the way of weather yesterday, a lot of rain. They were calling for rain this morning, more or less. I'm like, well, I'll just see what happens when I get up in the morning. That's how I usually do things anyway. But, yeah, no rain. Not even a sprinkle. It's like, okay, so far so good anyway. Fingers crossed. Here we go. I know I got my water thing in. Fingers crossed, no rain. So, yeah. Wow, I'm looking at a truck. Got a lot of rust on it from all the salt and so forth from the winters here. In case that nobody knows it, you're just joining. First of all, welcome. And second, I'm in Minnesota. I used to live in Vegas, lived there for 20 years, Virginia for about 19 years before that, a couple years North Carolina, born, and spent my first years in Michigan. Kind of did a big circle around the country, so. But anywho, so yeah, now I'm in Minnesota. It's been pretty good so far. Not too bad. Yeah, there's things that I miss, things I don't miss. So, it's pretty much going to be the way it is anywhere that you live. Work is interesting. The night before, I had just cleaned up an area in my department where it looked like it had been ransacked a little bit. And then I get into work yesterday, same area was even more ransacked. And at first, there's been an outside vendor who's been setting up or redoing the department next to me. So, of course, everybody's like, oh, it's them, they knock it over, blah, blah, blah. I go over there and I'm starting to do it and I'm like, no, that's not it. This is somebody who, it's basically like curtains. And it looks like either somebody was really frantically trying to find some new curtains because there were bags that were unzipped. Some of the curtains were out, and I had to refold them and put them back in the bags. And then I was noticing that it looked like somebody had taken whole, like several bags and swapped them out into a different box, and then took them and put them in a different SKU spot. Yeah, it was just, I'm like, wait a minute. And then I got to thinking, too, that there was 1 or 2 times earlier in the week where the doormats were also a total wreck. And it got me to thinking, I'm like, yeah, either this is a TikTok challenge, or it is that time of year, senior pranks. So I did do a little bit of research, looking to see if by chance I could find any TikTok challenges out there, and I didn't find anything, so I'm thinking it's probably senior pranks. So to help cover ourselves at least a little bit, because we do sell carpets, small carpets by the roll. Basically, you can get them cut for like stairs, or they're basically runners. Okay, the only problem is that they wouldn't be bound. on the two ends, unless you're one of the fortunate ones to get it either fresh off the roll or at the end of the roll. Otherwise, it ain't going to be bent. So anyway, yeah, I decided most of them, they're supposed to be tied. Good, how you doing? Most of them are supposed to be tied, but some of them weren't. It was mostly like the rubber ones. I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and tie these off, so we aren't running into issues where, oh, let's get a little bit more rambunctious, and next thing you know, we're having to be rolling up or re-rolling back up a whole roll of carpet or rubber matting or something like that. Take them a little bit more effort for them to get into it. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to go down that road. So that's what I decided to do yesterday for that. And I let my co-workers know, what's going on, what I found, and so forth. But the fact that maybe we're being targeted by pranksters, Well, another thing that popped into my brain too is I had noticed this week a lot of teenagers are hanging around, like two boys or whatever, you know what I mean? They just they'll be like two boys, teenager years, or by themselves, and they're just wandering around the store. Didn't think too much of it at the time, but at the same point, I'm like, just too much of it was coming together. How you doing? So I'm like, yeah, it all fits together. Not to say that it actually is happening, but you never know. So, and I don't want to be rolling back up all those rolls of carpet and so forth. It's like, no, don't think so. So, but anywho, also had my meeting with my manager yesterday. She at least gave me some new sources for me to peruse through, and basically she was asking me questions, review questions as far as, what went right the last X amount of time, what could have gone better. Well, I had a lot to say about as far as what could have gone better. What went right? Well, I didn't have anything to say, to be perfectly honest. I'm not too impressed. So, but yeah, I just let it out. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm not staying. I'm not happy. And it's not just because of the job situation with the lack of training and so forth, and the fact that nobody wants to listen to you and keeps telling you that, oh, well, this is just how we do things. Deal with it, I've actually been told that. You'll just have to get used to it. I've actually been told that. I'm like, oh, so in other words, management, and I'm not just talking about store management, I'm talking about all the way up to the owners. They don't want to listen to outside input. They don't want to listen to some sort of reason to possibly make things better. And it's just like I had brought up a chat. We have our own internal chat thing by department. Someone had brought up something from another store. And he was somebody who was an expert. He had been trained at an outside company, a small company, got all sorts of training and so forth, and decided to go to work for them. And he was just shocked at the lack of training. It's like you get a few little training videos that last like 3 minutes, and then you're thrown out on the sales floor. And I brought that up to her, and exactly, but it's kind of taken with a grain of salt, you know. But no, I'm just like, of course, the wishy-washy side of me is like, well, maybe, and I'm like, no, this is part of your learning, your growing process, is to say no and learn those boundaries. Think of yourself for a change and not what's good for everybody else. I realize, and also for me to grow as an empath, because I have a tendency to have difficulties being able to distinguish what's me and what's them. And I'm talking in general, not just situation. This is a situation, but things in general. And I'm like, no, excuse me, sorry, a little bit out of breath there for a minute. No, I have to learn how to be able to distinguish what I'm feeling versus what somebody else, versus what somebody else is feeling, basically, or what's being impacted onto me, or imprinted onto me, even. So, but anyway, that's part of my learning and growing process, and I'm sticking with what I said I was going to do. I'm going Tuesday, get my license. Thursday, we're going to see about looking at a car. By the time that court case comes around, yeah, I'm going to be done, period. Whether I end up going or not, whether they figure out some way to get me there or not, I'm done. That's my cutoff. I'm not sticking around. So, and by that point, it'll be about 90 days. So, I really need to get her into the vet. She's just itching. Saying, I know I need to get a car. So, I know. One of those things. It's like it kind of goes in spurts. That's the thing. I don't know if it's anxieties with her, and it's just a anxiety thing, or if it might actually be an actual situation. The only way to know is get her into the vet. I know it's her ears, so I need to get her in. I know. I need to do that. So anyway, I'll make that decision as I get closer to the paycheck. Because I know I missed a day of work with this one too. So, but anywho, so yeah, as far as work was concerned, it was pretty easy going yesterday. Not that big of a deal. Apparently, also I found out that there was a reason why we had sirens go off here with the tornado the other day with all the storms. Is apparently there was a funnel cloud right near here. There's a small airport that's close by, and it was spotted over in that area. So yeah, there actually was. It just didn't touch down. So, but it was just went overhead basically. So explains a little bit. Especially with what I was feeling. I knew that we were in the clear, especially with the direction that, the clouds were going and so forth. And it was too unstable for anything to happen. I knew something was going on, but at the same point, I didn't sense that we were in danger or anything like that. So, oh my goodness, squirrely squirrels playing with each other up ahead. I'm assuming they're playing with each other. I'll find out when I get closer. But anywho, yeah, they're playing. Ooh, either playing, or one is trying, it might be a male and female, and she's just like, no, I'm not having this. Let's see. But, nope. What are they doing? They're right here. Oh yeah. Yep. Male and female. What are you doing? Would you leave her alone? She obviously doesn't want it. I swear. Yeah, it happens in nature, unfortunately. I witnessed it a lot when I was a rehabber. Let's see here. I know I'm supposed to be moving still. Oh, they're up in the tree. Well, at least I gave her an opportunity to get away. I'm telling you. Robbie. I know, everything's in bloom, everything's growing. It's beautiful. I love it. I love seeing it. Love it. In many ways. Oh, like I said, don't get me wrong. There's a lot that I miss from back there, especially nature-wise. But, yeah, it's a little chilly this morning. I probably should have grabbed my earmuffs and put them on. My ears are probably going to be a little bit cold by the time I get home. But, oh well, it's okay. See my breath a little bit. But it's okay. Well, that's why they say don't really plant anything that's not freeze hardy until end of May, basically, because you still wind up with these situations where temperatures drop. And yeah, they definitely dropped. So, but anywho, there was something else happened. I don't remember. A little bit of low sugars yesterday, especially, of course, with being active. And then this morning, woke up with a beautiful sugar until I started meditating. Then the alarm started going off. I'm like, yep, there it is. I was down to 64, so I'm like, okay, let me pause my timer, run downstairs, grab an Ensure. I do the high protein ones. It helps to get the sugar up, and then helps keep it up. Yeah, it's going to sink back down, but at least, oh, there goes my sensor, let me know. Oh, I can't, or my alarm, let me know. I can't sense the sensor. There's a signal loss. There it goes. Poor thing. Yep. Okay, 140. Not too shabby. But, there. Whew. And I make sure when I'm out here for these walks, I got my glucose tabs. They don't really keep you high. Yeah, they spike you, but they don't stabilize you. That's one of the reasons why I grabbed that. The high protein Ensures. So yeah, today I need to cook a little bit, and I was going to see about making those cookies. Hopefully I'll have some time. I don't have to be to work today until 2. But the only problem is I get out at 11, and then I have to come straight home, eat something really quick, and in the morning I got to try and fit all this in and be back to work at 11. Fun is right. I am a little concerned about one thing with doing all this, and that's my chest. I am starting to feel the flare up a little bit. Not the breathing issues. This is the muscles getting a little bit strained. So, but according to who I talked to when I made the appointment with the primary care physician, the doctor I'm going to be seeing, apparently he has background in that. So I figure I could talk to him about it, maybe get a referral over to a physical therapist or something, and see if what I'm doing is kosher, or maybe I should be changing things. So that would be really good, because I don't want to relapse into that again. That was hell. And obviously it's probably going to be a lifelong problem, and I need to figure out how I can do things. Also, with losing weight, not having any fat basically in my chest area, that's going to be another issue too, especially with the cooler temperatures or when it starts getting cold. So yeah, a little bit concerned about that, but I need to lose this weight. So, and it's not, yeah, part of it, I'll admit, is vanity, but part of it is because of my health. I don't like feeling this way. I don't like feeling like I'm a blubber. I don't like the sweating issues. Yeah, all of that. It just, yeah. Oh, excuse me. So that's why I'm doing this. And, you know, pileated. Sounds like he's a little bit far, though, for me to try and find. But anywho, oak leaf. But anywho, letting a car go by. I know I was talking about weight and so forth, but yeah. Anyway, see what happens. I'm not going to worry about it until it does. That's one of the reasons why I have doctors, or the reason why I'm supposed to have doctors, even though I wind up taking care of shit myself all the time. Oh, albino. The albino squirrel. I'm sure there's more than one. It's beautiful. Wish I could just flip this camera and just show you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful squirrel. But anywho, just sitting there on the curb. Look at, they're both, it's an albino and a gray, both looking at me. I know. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. Hi there. How you doing? Oh, they're all playing with each other. A couple of grays and the albino. I think it's wonderful. I just love it. It's one of the things I miss not going for my walks, having a chance to see wildlife. Connecting with nature. It's always beautiful, always wonderful. Love it. But anywho, there was something else. I don't remember what it was that popped up yesterday. I just don't remember. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh. I guess it doesn't really matter. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Finish up my walk. It seemed to me it was something that happened right after I got home yesterday or whatever, but I don't remember. But that's okay. Love you guys. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. I'll see you. Hopefully I can do this. Here we go. Love you.